Alright, welcome. Appreciate you tuning in. Here we are over at Kerrville Municipal Airport in Kerrville, Texas. And we're going to be flying sort of a short one. I think it's just over 100 nautical miles. And we're going to be flying over to 5T9 Maverick County over in Eagle Pass, Texas. So let's go ahead and get this thing on the ground here. We got live time, live weather, so it's going to be a night flight because it is currently 3:56 a.m. here, local time.
Hello, Captain. Nice to see you again.
Captain, we have royalty on board today. The security team have carried out the necessary security checks, and we are now ready.
Alright, so we're sitting pretty much at
Captain,
12 million.
The VIPs are just starting to board. Stand by.
Kilo Echo, Romeo Victor traffic. Cessna November 11361, taking off runway 30. West departure, Kilo Echo, Romeo Victor traffic.
Alright, we're going to turn on the safety lights and passenger lights for the passengers.
Transporter, boarding is complete. You can start your flight.
You're good to go. Contact the tower for clearance.
Alright, we already announced our takeoff. We're going to go to, let's see here, about 10,000 feet. Alright, we are looking good here. We're going to get rid of our flaps. Sky looks to be about partly cloudy. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, let's buckle up. Let's take off and head on out from Kerrville, Texas over to Eagle Pass. So taking off on runway number 30. We're going to be landing in runway 31, I believe. Alright, we got liftoff, we got positive
Have a great
climb.
flight. Watch out for the champagne corks. These particular VIPs have a reputation.
Alright, so departing from the airport there. Go ahead and adjust our heading.
Altitude.
There we go. Pretty much at 10,000 feet now. Going to reduce our engine output to about 70. A little bit of cloud level up here. Coming up to Falls Creek Ranch. We're going to pull up our nav map here and see what we're looking at. Alright, elevation looks to be, looks like the top is about 1,500 feet. Our airport sits at 884 feet above sea level. It's in Eagle Pass, Texas. It's a long runway though. 8,213 feet, coming in on runway number 31, and we got parking over here to the left on taxiway Alpha. Alright, so not too bad. We're basically flying just outside of San Antonio, and we're flying down towards Eagle Pass. So I'm thinking that this is not a hugely populated area, but it's going to be a quick flight. We only got 101 nautical miles to go. Got a night flight going on. Everything's lit up. We're going to turn on our light up here, light up the dashboard a little bit. Do some communication with ATC here. We'll tune to Houston to request flight following.
Houston Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61 is type Cessna C-25C, tree miles west of X-ray Alpha 4 Tree, 10,000 feet. Request flight following.
Cessna, November, 11 Tree 61, Houston Center, squawk 0004.
Squawk 0004, Cessna Tree 61.
Cessna Tree 61, radar contact 5 miles west of X-ray Alpha 4 Tree, 10,200 feet. Altimeter Tree 010.
Roger, Cessna Tree 61.
Alright. 3010 on millibar, or no, on inches is equal to 3010. Where is that? We got a conversion chart here. That's about 1019 in millibars. So what are we sitting at now? 1013. So there we go. We adjust the pressure to outside. We should be good there. Go ahead and take a little, adjust our camera angle here. Alright, so we only got about 9 minutes to go to the top of our descent. So we'll use that time, since we're just looking at the cockpit here. Pull up NeoFly. One, let's go ahead and do a drink distribution, get 55% up. Two, we'll look at Hurricane and Snoop are currently in the air. So Hurricane is estimated to land at 5:02 a.m. flying to KFYE over in Tennessee out towards Memphis. So we're in Texas. We're going to be flying towards the bottom of Texas here. And so Hurricane's not too far away over in the western part of Tennessee. And Snoop is headed over to ESNY over in, is that Sweden? I think that's Sweden. All this is in another language, so let's go go ahead and pull up our maps here, figure out where we're at. Alright, so if we go over here, that is Sweden. So this is Norway, this is Sweden, there's Stockholm, so they're just north of Stockholm. And there's Denmark, the Netherlands, there's Berlin, and France. Belgium is right over there. And you got Ireland and the UK. So that is where everybody's at. Everybody's doing pretty well. So Snoop, Hurricane in the air. Hurricane has a VIP mission. Snoop has a deadline mission. And we are sitting here with a 6-passenger plane, or 6-passenger mission here. Once again, headed on over to 5T9 over in Eagle Pass, Texas. With 46 miles to go to the top of our descent. Cruise speed at 224, engine output 72. Right now, no flaps, no trim, wheels are up. We can turn off our seatbelt and passenger signs for our passengers. We're cruising along here. Excuse me, I'm yawning. It is 4:07 a.m. Alright, and I think I had it set so that we're only picking a runway that's lighted, so hopefully that's the case here. Yeah, it is. So destination has lighted runways. Looks like we're increasing here up to 71%. And as May is coming to a wrap here, so far we have profited $4.6 million in May. So not a nice view of the Milky Way. Might use that as a thumbnail. Let's go ahead and take that just in case. Try that one. Alright, might grab another thumbnail later on when we get the runway here. Might look pretty good if we got the lighted up runway coming in for a landing. We'll see if I can kind of manage that one. I don't know. Let me pull up my map here. So 25 miles to go, 4 minutes to the top of our descent. So we're getting closer here, ladies and gentlemen, to Eagle Pass. We're coming up to, I don't know any of this stuff here. So State Road 83 just crossed, coming up to State Road 90. And here's Eagle Pass. So Eagle Pass doesn't look like that small of a town, but we are on the border of Mexico here. Very close. So maybe we will see if we can find a mission going down into the heart of Mexico. And maybe even fly down into South America. And with that, our cabin happiness is up to 91% and still rising. We are coming up there. We're going to adjust our heading just a touch here. Probably one of our airports is right over there. So this is Highway 90 or State Road 90. On that way, 83 was that one. All right, 11 miles to the top of our descent. So once again, airport sits at 884 feet. So we can probably start at about 3,000. All right, we got 8.5. We're going to go ahead and turn on our seatbelt and safety lights for our passengers. 7.5 nautical miles to go to the top of our descent. 41 to the airport. Current time 4:15 a.m. Cruise speed at 230. Engine output 72. And now this is what I'm looking at here. So we got a countdown here, top of our descent, 5.8 miles, less than 1 minute to go here. $5 miles. 4 miles. Three and a half. Two and a half. All right, we'll move that over. Expand it out. We got 2 miles to go. Just 2 clicks over to the right. We got 1 mile to go. 0.8. All right, we're gonna go ahead and initiate. Reduce our engine output. Start our descent. Down to 3,000 miles or 3,000 feet. Crossing over 9,000 now. ATC was pretty quiet. Alright, crossing over 7,000 feet. $5,500. Alright, coming up to 3,000. We're going to check our airspeed.
Contact Houston Center on 126.1. Good day.
Acknowledge the handoff when this hits 200.
For Cessna Tree 61.
There you go.
Houston Center, Cessna November 11 Tree 61, 3,000 feet.
And go ahead and put our landing gear down.
11 tree 61. Houston Center, altimeter 299 tree.
Increase our output. Three green lights for our landing gear. Move over a couple clicks to the left. So we're looking for Eagle Pass 5T9, which is Maverick County Memorial Airport. So we're going to tune to traffic here. Select runway number 31. We can announce our full stop landing and our position.
5 Tango 9er traffic, Cessna November 11 Tree 61, 15 miles east, 3,000 feet, inbound to land, runway tree 1, 5 Tango 9er traffic.
Alright, this is what we're looking at. So we started our descent at 10,000 feet right here. We just made our 3,000 feet target right here. Got this much to go, and then we're going to make a right-hand turn here for about 8 nautical miles out to the runway number 31. And again, we got a very long runway here, nothing too bad. Wind looks like it's at our back, which isn't the greatest, but at 8,200 feet shouldn't matter. We're just going to be coming in a little fast. Because we got the wind at our back. We got everything situated here. We're coming in here as soon as we get Is it raining? I think it might be raining. I definitely hear the rain. I don't know if you guys can hear that or not. Kind of curious if we pull up the weather map, if it is raining. Seems like it's raining just north of us. So pulling up the weather map here, we departed from Kerrville right over there. And we're headed up to Eagle Pass, which is right on the border. So it doesn't seem like it should be raining, but I think it is. Alright, so cruiser speed is at 160. We're going to go ahead and get some flaps going here. Let's go 15 degrees. We're definitely going to go probably 32, 30. Yeah, it is raining. There's the rain. And because the wind's going to be at our back, let's go ahead and get some more flaps going. 35 degrees. So runway number 31 should be about 310 degrees. Start with that. We always started a little early, but there is our airport.
Altitude. Altitude. Altitude.
All right, dropping down to 2,000 feet.
tree 61 is on final runway tree 1 to land. 5 Tango 9er traffic.
Alright, we're landing into darkness here. We might need some, and I don't see any lights whatsoever. But we might have to adjust the daytime here so that we can get this thing on the ground. I think we're basically flying over the airport. Whoa. There's the runway. That is not well lit. There you go, we can land this.
Altitude.
Whoa.
Well, you've landed. We'll send maintenance to check the gear after you park.
Alright. So rough landing here.
Parking assignment, then shut down your engine.
Let's go ahead and zoom in on the airport here so I can see something. Alright. Alright, I think the taxiway is right here. Go ahead and go on down to the parking area that's just down here. Still raining pretty good. Alright, and the rest of the airplanes are over here. You see somebody. Yeah, we'll just go ahead and park by the fuel station here. Set our brake. Go ahead and turn off our engines.
Transporter, you can open the doors and begin the disembarkation.
Go ahead and use that as our thumbnail. So welcome to Eagle Pass, Texas, ladies and gentlemen. appreciate you tuning in. Appreciate the love and support. We will see you on the next one.